and welcome back to another On The Table video, guys. So, what have I been up to this week? Well, I'll be honest with you guys, I've kind of not been doing an awful lot. Well, I have been doing some stuff, but just other things have just kind of got in the way. My day off, it was a case of I had to do other stuff outside of the hobby, so didn't get a chance to do anything then. But I have done some things, so let's crack on and let's see what we got. First thing, I decided to add some little tufts to my Imperial Knight. Look how awesome this Imperial Knight is. I fucking love him. He's just probably my second favourite Imperial Knight in regards to how after I've actually worked on him rather than actual model. I just really loved painting this guy. I thought he was going to be a complete chore, but he wasn't. But as you can see there, I've only really added some grass tufts. These are Luke APS grass tufts. I'm going to add the sand and the dirt and stuff afterwards. But Luke's grass tufts are really good. They come like this. You get 2 sheets of them per box, and they're just really nice. I think they're probably the best tufts that I've ever used, and they're really quite affordable as well. Let's have a look at it. Let's have a close up of these tufts. Oh yeah. Anyway, yeah, grass tufts are tufts. You can buy them from Luke's APS. They're really good. I enjoy using them. So I did that. That took like 5 minutes basically to do, where I decided where I wanted the tufts and stuff. The next thing I was kind of doing, I was kind of deciding what next I should add to my Mechanicum army, my AdMech force, and I thought to myself, well, do you know what? I need something that can kind of, that's like a multi-function kind of use, something that I can either set up in a vehicle, or set up in my soldier, or something that I can like set up and hide. So I decided to opt for something that can infiltrate. So what better than Sicarian infiltrators? That's right, guys. These guys, I got 2 boxes of these. This is an unbuilt box. I got 5 knocking about over there, which I will show you in a second. Also, tell you my trials and tribulations with these, because these are quite possibly the fiddliest model. No, they're not the fiddliest models I've ever done. They're just very fiddly models. They're one of probably the more difficult GW kits to build, I would say. Especially if you don't read the instructions like I did there. But basically, I want these guys because I think they have, what, 2 wounds each? They've got a decent armour save, but mainly because of the damage that they can do. So, the loadout they have on the box is basically it is a Flechette Blaster and a Taser Goad. The Flechette Blasters are ace due to the fact that they have 5 shots and they're a pistol, which means that you can assault and fire it, and it also means you can fire this in combat before you actually attack in close combat, so it's fucking insane. So basically, you stick these in an assault drill, you get out, move your 8 inches or whatever it is for moving, because these guys are quick, fire, soften up your target, then charge them with your Taser Goads. The Taser Goads do like an extra, I think it's an additional mortal wound on a 6, so that's really damaging as well, so they can really ruin someone's day. Plus their neurostatic aura gives everything within, I think it's like 9 inches of it, -1 to the leadership. So say you assault a unit of guardsmen or a unit of tower with these guys, those guys are running away, and then because you can move after them, you can basically catch them and just mop up straight away, so that's really good. In regards to how I decided to build and paint them, so we got this guy here. Oh, he's actually quite shadowy. I need to do a little bit more highlighting on him, maybe, if I can be bothered. But yeah, so these are the 5 guys, burger and fries, that I've actually done. Basically, I had a bit of an issue with these because I was looking at them, I was thinking to myself, I looked at the sprue and I was like, yeah, okay, so looks like the legs are all 1 piece, the arms are 2 pieces, the body and the head are separate. Oh, great, I know what I'll do with these. I'll clip it all off, sprue it all up, spray them separate, and then happy days, done. Little did I know that the legs are matched to specific torsos. And the legs are matched to a specific partner leg as well. So the left leg will go with a specific right leg, and vice versa. So I stupidly clipped everything off, sprued it up onto a cork, and yeah, completely lost track of which legs were where. So I had a bit of an issue with that, in the fact that it took me ages to piece the legs together, but I eventually came up with these. I think some of them are maybe on the wrong leg, but it just gives like a bit more of a weird kind of almost puppet-like appearance. They're very, very scrawny, these things. I like calling them stickmen because they look like they're made of sticks, literally, with their legs. The second issue I had with them was their arms. I didn't realise that all the close combat arm, there is a left and a right for each close combat weapon, because obviously when you build them as the Rust Stalkers, they only have close combat weapons, they don't have shooty guns. So I had an issue in that, in the fact that some of them I got right, so that's perfect, that's not a problem. This guy didn't have a problem with, he had the correct one. However, these three, this guy didn't have one. These two here, they had the wrong arms on, so I ended up having a left arm and then a left arm, so I had to redo it, but because I'd already glued the taser goads to the arms, it was just a big clusterfuck because I had to slice it off and kind of botch it. That's why these are kind of like in a weird backwards kind of position. Like this one here, you can see is completely it's just totally fucked. It's just not right, but I suppose it adds for a little bit of a different pose on them, I suppose. So that was a little bit annoying. In regards to painting them, though, very, very easy. I mean, these aren't finished by any stretch of the imagination. I've got some finery to add to them and some like highlights and stuff, but other than that, they could be ready for paint pretty much in the space of maybe 20 minutes, half an hour. So that's pretty good. So I'm going to have a unit of 10 of those. That should be quite nasty jumping out of my termite assault drill. So that's pretty good. Let's just move those guys over there. Then I made a slight little bit of progress on my Belisarius core. Oh, actually, no, do you know what? Before we talk about him, I'm going to talk about something else that you guys may or may not have seen. So obviously, you've got the Sicarian Rust Stalkers here. Infiltrators here. You can also make Rust Stalkers. I don't want to use the Rust Stalker ones because I already have a stand-in for Rust Stalkers, which is these guys here. These are like my mecha mind slave Tyranids that I built ages ago. Same size bases, similar size profile. They work perfectly. Excuse me, just coughing up along. So yeah, use those for Rust Stalkers. These guys are infiltrators, obviously. But yeah, so my Belisarius Call stand-in. Here he is, guys, flying in from the left. Not much done to him. I did an addition and a modification to the already existing design. The addition was the addition of his head, which, as you can see, is finally on this really long snaking Macandrite from here. It looks really cool, looks totally strange, but I like it. I really, really like it. It just adds that whole kind of like, the Mechanicum really aren't fussed about how they look as long as they get the job done. And then, so that's the addition. The alteration was this. This had a multi-melter on it. Really didn't like it. I looked at it again. It looked really stuck on and really amateur, so I decided to go for this servo arm, taken off a... oh, God! What is it? It's a Tech Marine. It's the big metal one with the massive arms, so I took it off that, and it fits a little bit better. It looks a little bit less heavy. It looks like it can actually do something. And so I was pretty chuffed with how that turned out. So he's going to get fully sprayed soon enough, and yeah, I'll start painting him. Maybe, perhaps, if I can be bothered. But yeah, guys, so that's that, really. I'm sorry it's been a really super short video for you. I've really not done that much this week. However, I do have some other stuff that I can be getting on with that has just arrived in the post. So, guys, I would like to thank you very much for watching. If you like this video, please don't forget to like, favourite and subscribe. Also, if you like to keep in touch and keep active with what's going on, in my regular life and in my hobby life as well, you can also go and follow the Facebook page and the Instagram account, which is in the doobly-doo down below. Links, go and click it. It's really good. The Instagram's great. I love Instagram. It's awesome. I use it more than Facebook. But anyway, guys, that's it for this video. So I will bid you adieu. See you now, and goodbye.